Cute kangaroo. Cute kangaroo. Cute kangaroo.
Do you live in reality?
Do you prefer fiction?
Welcome to our new series.
Reality check between the pages.
So in this series, we are going to be talking about books that have mental health representation, and in our current book that we just read in our first episode, we're going to be talking about Every Last Word, which has OCD representation. Aya, tell us what this book is about.
Okay, so our goal for the series is to compare the mental health representation in the book and compare it to if we agree that it's accurate. Basically, Every Last Word follows senior Samantha, who is going through her last year of high school, and she is struggling with masking her OCD and struggling with a very toxic group of friends, and she's trying to figure out how she can go through these struggles and learn new ways.
Yes. So basically, for those of you who don't know what OCD is, it stands for obsessive compulsive disorder, and it's where you overthink a lot, and also you feel like obsessed with one thing. Like, for example, in this book, she's obsessed with the number 3. Everything needs to be in threes. She has to have the speed on her car when she pulls into the lot 3. She has to scratch something 3 times. So it's a lot of obsessive things that she has to do in order to feel like good. And then also she has more of an obsessive OCD, which the author...
OCD is different for everybody.
Yes, OCD is different for everybody. Not everybody is going to have the same type, but this book describes... the author described it as pure OCD in the author's note. So obviously it's different for everybody, but this is just what she goes through in this book.
So basically, we have a list of questions, and we're going to be answering each one. And hopefully, by the end of this video, you will pick this book up.
Yes, that's our goal. Okay. Is the portrayal of OCD accurate in this novel? Yes. I think we already just went over that, didn't we?
Yeah, this is Jira's question to answer.
Sorry, but as someone who has struggled with OCD myself, I feel that it is very accurate. Like I said, it's not the same for everybody. It's not the way I had it, but obviously, since I've had it, I know certain things, certain parts like her overthinking, that's accurate for me, and then other parts like the obsessive part, that's... Since I have it, I've researched it, so I know what other people have, stuff like that. So, yes, I would say this book is very accurate.
You can't fact check me, but I do also think it was a pretty good portrayal, because I think a lot of people assume that OCD, me and Jared talked about this quite a lot.
Yes.
A lot of people assume that OCD is just being like a clean freak, but I think this book explains very well that it's a lot more than that. Mm-hmm. At one point, she even explains that just because she has OCD doesn't mean she needs to have like a clean room or something. Yeah, that might have been my favorite part of the book. She ate everybody up.
She did, for real. It's a common misconception that a lot of people have. Okay, Aya, how did you find this book? How did you find out about it?
Let's see. Okay, I found this book. Okay, I've known about it for a very long time because I have a little bit of a hyperfixation on teens with mental health, because obviously I am clearly that target. Why am I so sorry? I'm that target audience, and so books with mental health, teenagers with bad mental health is just what I go for. And so this is one that was something that I was definitely not looking for. I never realized that OCD was actually something that was serious and represented. And also the cover is just very cute. I don't know how I found it. I think I was just browsing through the bookstore. That's about it.
For me, I found it because, like, in 7th grade, I had to, like, find books that we had to read, and I came across this one, but I never read it at the time. But then when Aya and Tammy, our other friend, read it, and they were, like, saying, this is really good, you should read it, I was like, okay, I'll read it. So I read it, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm happy that Aya and Tammy influenced me to pick it up. Okay, let's see our next question. Why we like the book?
I really enjoyed this book because one, it's very fast paced. I feel like when there's serious topics in books, people tend to get very bored because the author didn't make it as entertaining. I'm not sure. But I think even if you're not looking to find a book that teaches you about OCD, this is still a very entertaining book. You don't have to read it just because you want to learn about OCD. That might just be a bonus to the book. It's very quick. Jira read it in like 2 days, I think. Jira, are you a fast or slow reader?
I'm like a slow reader, less than 24 hours, and that's a lot for me.
Yeah, it's very quick. I think it doesn't really deal with topics other than OCD that will make someone push away from the book. And yeah, and plus the cover is cute. I love it.
What was the question? Why we like the book? I obviously liked it because of the OCD representation.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Guys, the plot twist in this?
Oh, yes.
The plot twist in this was so good, and I think if you really want a book that's gonna touch you and actually make you sad and upset and like make you feel deep with the characters, go for this. I still cry about it. Thinking about it to this day, I cry about it.
The plot twist was very good. Like she said, it's very fast paced, very quick to get through. The writing is like smooth, and you can just like, and the chapters are also short. They're like, they're really
and there's poems in here too. I think if you like poetry, this is great for you. The poetry is pretty good as well. Especially that last poem.
Oh, we don't.
Anyways.
You'll understand what we're talking about if you read the book.
Yeah, I know whoever's watching this, you guys are probably getting FOMO of what we're talking about.
Exactly.
Read it and you'll understand.
Go read the book. But yes, and also like this book, like Aya said, it's much more than just a girl with OCD. She has a lot of other struggles that.
Her friendships.
Yeah, her friendships. Yeah.
I think we've all been through toxic friendships, right?
Yeah, past mistakes, learning to forgive yourself, a lot of other topics that will.
Especially learning to like not care about your reputation and learning to move on from what people saw you as what you really are.
Yes. Let's see the next question. What age would we recommend for this book?
I think I would recommend it to anybody who is 13 plus because it is set in high school and it is young adult. Yeah. Again, there are some heavy topics in here, so I do think you need to kind of have an open mind. But other than that, there's not much inappropriate things going on. I think it's just how you can handle heavy stuff. So I think 13 and up. Plus, the writing is super simple because it's for young adults. So
yeah, so I agree with that. This book also has a romance like subplot, which I really enjoyed. Really enjoyed.
Guys, AJ and Sam are the cutest people ever.
Bro,
I'm thinking about it.
I was kicking and giggling my feet.
Right? So it's so weird to say that because it's a book about OCD, but yeah, I was having a great time until
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Okay, did we feel ourselves relating to any of the characters?
I think that I related to Samantha, our main character, not in the OCD aspect, because I do not have OCD, but in the way she was dealing with trying to move on from her old friendships. I really appreciate the fact that this showed how just because you guys grew up together doesn't mean that you grow up to be the same people, and I like how Samantha realized that these are not her group of people anymore, and it was really hard for her to let that go and find new people, but I think her journey to that was very relatable, and I related to that on a very deep level.
Yeah, I also feel like she felt like she learned about her self-worth a lot by like getting the courage to realize these friends aren't right for me and I need to do what's good for myself and leave them. I like this. Who do I relate to? I relate to Sam because of the OCD aspect. Like, I understand her struggle and how it was very hard for her, and I don't know, like, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I just related to that. So, yeah.
I also related to AJ in some ways. AJ is our main love interest, and I like the part where it talks about how he has a younger brother, and his younger brother is like the golden boy. He's a football player,
Yeah.
and then AJ is just
Like
this
the
nerdy little
yeah.
poet who likes to play his guitar all day. And I really like the way. I mean, I don't exactly relate to him, but like I do sometimes feel like I'm overlooked because of my siblings. So I feel like that was very real.
Yeah.
He's a real guy. I love him.
I love it. Okay, so now this is going to be a little bit of a spoiler section of the video. So once you read the book, you can come back and listen to what we have to say. So,
This is where the conversations are gonna get very good.
favorite part of the book and why?
Okay. Obviously, I think the Who's Caroline part, that part was obviously a very big part of the book. But I think even just Samantha going to the poet's corner and going to Caroline's corner, that part really, her last poem, I think about that all the time. Like it's just the fact that, especially the part where she was like, even though these words were enough, or something. What was
Like,
that?
it was like, they helped me, but they weren't enough. Like, it was so emotional to read that. Let me find it.
Hold on, let me find it. I want to read it out loud. Oh, okay. So the poem is, these walls heard me when no one else could. They gave me words, a home, kept me safe. Cheered, cried, listened, changed my life for the better. It wasn't enough, but they were every last word. And I was like, but they heard every last word. I just think that part was so, I think it really, I even cornered it, look, I cornered it. It really, I feel like it explained her as a person so much. I feel like even though she was struggling and she didn't make it, just how powerful that poet's corner was. It was very sad.
It was very good. It was like, I don't know what else to say, how to put it into words. It just like really hit it where it hurts, you know.
Some other parts, like, that weren't the main parts that I really liked, I think was, when Samantha is in AJ's room, and
Yes.
I feel like that's the moment where they really get close, because he's like showing her like his deepest self.
Yeah, like his sanctuary, like my room is my sanctuary. That's his.
And then we started playing guitar for her.
Oh my gosh.
I love teenage love.
Me too. I think that was also one of my favorite scenes, and let me think. I also really enjoyed like near the end when she's outside at her therapist's office, like not the office, at her therapist's house.
The therapy scenes were so good.
Yeah, in the garden when she was talking with her therapist about, you know, Caroline.
I love how her therapist didn't make her seem like
crazy.
Her struggles. Yeah, like I love how it made her. Her therapist really tried to make her acknowledge the fact that what she's going through and the way that she behaves isn't something she should be ashamed of. It's a gift because she's different than other people. Not different in that way, obviously, but like different, and like it just makes her who she is, and that's not something she should be ashamed of. That was very good. I feel like I would have, if I was Samantha, I would have loved to hear that as well.
Yes. So, yeah, I really loved all of the therapy scenes because the therapist was very great, and she was. All therapists should strive to be like
justice,
that.
Not justice. Shout out to all therapists out there. We need you guys.
Yes.
The world wouldn't be a better place for that. Dude, I can't talk. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Let me see. What's the... Oh, our favorite quotes. Let me think. Let me see.
Okay.
Oh, my...
Wait, I think I have my phone in my notes. Hold on.
One of mine was... She was always there, but yet she never really was. Like...
I'm gonna stop you. I'm gonna stop you through my screen.
I'm sorry.
Dude, or the part where she's talking to the therapist. No, she's talking to, I think it was AJ. And I've talked about this a lot. When he's like, do you know who Caroline is? And she's like, of course I do. She's my friend. She might even be my best friend. She's not real, babe. She's not real.
Girl. It was so heartbreaking.
Okay, some quotes that I really liked were... Oh, everyone's got something. Some people are just better actors than others.
Yes.
that part, I feel like that part really explains everything. Like, it really defines the book and what it is, because all of the characters, they're all, like, masking who they are until they go into that poet's corner.
Yeah.
Like, Samantha, she's trying to keep up this act with her friends, even though it's not who she is. I don't know about the others, but, like, Caroline, she probably, like, obviously she was going through something, but people probably weren't noticing.
Yeah, because it said that she was, like, she would eat
one quote
alone.
that I could not take seriously, though, was when she was like, if you could read my mind, you wouldn't be smiling. That was a very emo moment, but I get what she means.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm so unserious.
I'm not like other girls. But
Sam, I love you. That part was just very... Okay, anyways, next. Oh, sorry, your favorite quote. Sorry, Jira. That was so rude of me.
No, it's okay. I said she was always, I don't want to say it. I don't want to get slapped.
I'll go through that again. We heard it once. You don't need to hear it.
But what was the other one? I thought I had another one. I might have forgot. But honestly...
Stop getting into the spoilers. How the flip did you guess the plot twist? You sent voice messages, but I was so upset I didn't listen to them.
No, because I was like... No, it was at the part. I remember the exact part. It was when she's at the Poet's Corner, like, at the PM meeting, like, outside of the school hours, and Caroline didn't go up, and then Samantha said to AJ, Caroline didn't go. And then it said, but AJ didn't hear her. So I was like... What if Caroline's not real? And I was like, what if I'm gonna add the voice memo in, like, while I'm editing, because
Caroline is just a figment of Sam's imagination, but I don't know.
No, because I think I've been through a lot of plot twists. Like, I have read and watched so many stuff with this kind of plot twist, like where the main character is imagining everything, and it gets me every single time. I can't even tell you which books they are because I would spoil it, and I cry up every single time because it's like you're grieving something that feels like you shouldn't be grieving, you know? It's like, why are you crying? Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, Samantha probably knows what I mean. She's not real, but...
It's fine. Honestly, I wish that Caroline had been a ghost, because, like, the thing is, with Samantha, that it was just all in her head. It was like, it felt like, it felt real, but it wasn't. Like, she was talking to herself this whole time. It's not like it was another...
I think that would have been a fantasy then. I was so confused.
Sure.
I didn't know that was a thing. Like, I didn't know that was a real thing that people...
Me either.
Like, drew. Like, obviously crazy people, but, like... See, that quote where it's like, everyone's always going through something, some people are just better actors. I would never look at her and be like, oh, she's crazy and she imagines these type of stuff. Like, you would never guess it.
Oh, a quote I like is when the therapist says, do you know the textbook definition of crazy? Let me find it. Entertain the audience.
Oh. Guys, wanna fit check? Okay, so basically have this shirt that I got from Costco. Yes, I shop at Costco. What about it? Anyways, we have this cardigan. I think I thrifted. We have these overalls. We have these socks. Okay, now we're just... Gia, cut that out, please.
Sorry. I just got to it. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Don't cut out my fit check. Just cut out my feet.
Okay. Crazy. She finally says, her eyes still fixed on the water. Do you know the dictionary's definition of crazy? I shake my head. It means both insane and a bit out of the ordinary. That's a pretty broad scope, don't you think? Crazy is such a subjective word, I'd never use it to label anyone. Certainly not you. Look, your brain functions differently from other brains, Sam, and because the way your brain works, you got this wonderful person named Caroline. No one else had that privilege. Oh, I didn't know that quote was gonna go there.
This is an elite therapist, bro. I'm telling you, I feel like she was healing me. Like, I don't know how to explain. Like, the part where she's like, you have the ability to create someone that can help you go through something. Oh my god, I need her as my therapist.
Who I strive to be.
A part that I really like also is the very last page. she's writing in her notebook, and so basically, Caroline helped Samantha when she couldn't think of a poem. Okay, so Caroline shows up, right? Because she's back in her imagination. And then she asks her, like, she's like, oh, like, I'm really glad you're here. You can help me with this. And then she realizes she's not actually real. And so she's like, actually, I've got this one. And when she opens her eyes again, Caroline is gone. And then she starts filling the pages with words.
Bro.
I think we have the right to grieve her. I don't know. I don't care what anybody says.
Like, that was a person. Like,
she was real to me.
is this what you were talking about when you were saying, like, the unreliable narrator-ish, kind of?
No, that's a different book. Wait, is it this one? No, it wasn't that. No, it was a different book. Sorry, Drew. You're still on the hunt to looking for that. If you ever read it, I will let you know as soon as you finish.
Okay, but I think that's all of our questions, right? I think
That was it. Oh, no, but very quickly.
we did. We were having fun.
We're having very fun.
So
Anything else you want to say?
everybody, read this book right now, and you will make both of us the happiest person
You
ever.
can join our little fan club. Our fan club is very small.
We're gonna join our little poets corner. That was it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, you guys can join our Poets Corner. It consists of 3 people. Me, Jira, and Tammy. Nobody else. So, let's grow our family, guys.
Yes, join the club, please. So, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the first episode of this series. The next book we're going to be reading, should it be a surprise or should we say
No, it should be a surprise.
It's going to be a surprise, so stay tuned for that. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Those little 2016 YouTube things.
Bruh.